So I just did this one. The colors. I'm really just loving working with these bright colors and soothing. And because constantly I'm thinking about that Greek kills, and so I don't know, just Greek kills. Just think, if Greek kills, and where does Greek come from? The fact that we value human life. We value money over human life. We value human life, period. Or, we put a value on human life, which is supposedly, as far as I know, priceless, right? If that piece of artwork on the wall of the Vatican is priceless, and you're telling me a human being isn't priceless? Yeah, that's what you're telling me, right? So, but I'm just saying. I mean, it really is this simple. 7.5 billion poverty. As long as they all know when and how to do it, just walks away. Just like the slaves in Africa, the slaves in Jamaica, that when they realized from the gift from God, when they realized they weren't slaves, but they were actually warriors, enslaved. And all they needed to do is turn around and walk away. You don't have to fight these people. They want you to fight, right? All 7 billion people, all they need to do is all in one shot, walk away and watch the pyramid crumble. And you see wealth, which will never be, and it's middle class, but then I'm sure some middle class and a lot of middle class understand that it's necessary. Walks away from the pyramid. Walks away. And just watches it crumble. And then when it crumbles and wealth falls on its face, because, the 1,159 billionaires all of a sudden realize that without the slaves that are holding up the pyramid, guess what? Their money, their billions are worthless. Are about as worthless as what they did to the human being by putting a price tag on them, right? You think a bears like they all put price tags on each other? So you walk away. Have the water. They walk away and watch the pyramid crumble. He said, "Oh no, you have to come back and work, slaves. Don't you understand? This is an economy. This is what we need. What needs to happen." Officers, take them away for not doing their job to keep the pyramid up. I mean, that's going to work so much in this age of awakening at one point. And so they knew that, and then what do? They put a virus out there, and they put fear out there, and they put ways to separate everybody and people more, oh, this is like, it's just drying, you see, because it's kind of wet, it's just drying, it's actually, and that's what happens, when they dry up, they actually take on another life, man. But when they're wet too, they have kind of their own like, yeah. So, walk away, watch it crumble. As the crumble, and again, some middle class will be on their side. Some middle class is going to be like, I was kind of waiting for this to happen. All of a sudden they realize middle class is just nothing really. It's just a house slave, because without poverty there is nothing above it. Without poverty there is no middle class and wealth. And without wealth, there is definitely no poverty. So as soon as poverty understands that, 7 billion walk away from wealth, watch it crumble, and then I know out of that 7 million, there's got to be somebody smart enough that says, hey, you know what? All this shit that we've been doing for years and years and years, competing with each other, profiting from each other, enslaving each other, all for money. Oh, it's not. It's a barter. No, it's the root of all evil, and it's the thing that keeps humanity stupid and warring and I don't know. I don't even say the animals really need to do that unless it's for food, right? And we got ways to food. We have plenty of food and water and everything else we need. But we're too busy holding up that pyramid for the wealth. So then the wealth collapses and middle class, and then you just stand back and watch everything. And the buildings won't collapse. They'll just won't work for a few years or a year or whatever it takes. Could be a month, could be a week if it's done right? So as they fall, come on, get back into work, and I'll give you a double, triple salary. I'll give you a double bonus on top of this triple bonus. Come on, just keep the other slaves in check. So, kind of step back, watch it crumble, and then just wait. Are they done yet? Okay, good. And then out of the seven, there's got to be somebody smart enough to realize that, you know what? Maybe the way we've been doing it for all along and it's not working. Maybe we shouldn't do it anymore. And think about let's see how the universe works. Well, the universe works in harmony and doesn't profit, doesn't compete. Imagine if the universe competed with itself, we wouldn't be here. Imagine if anything in life competed with itself, it wouldn't exist. So why are human beings fixated on profit, competition, and pulling plants out of the ground, putting them in packages, and then selling them back to you for a profit, when you could have just grown them yourself? Every person could be taught how to build a house, a middle class house, and then every human being always said, instead of wasting their time holding this pyramid up, all they need to do, right? All they need to do is then, hey, what are you gonna? I'm going to build this house. Yeah. Oh, really? It's a middle class. That's what it used to be called. Now it's like just shared house. The same thing that we all agree that is good for us, that's healthy for us, that's not feeding the ego to the point of like 1,159 billionaires that control the fate of humanity, and we're just following them right into hell along with money. So I'm just saying, walk away, watch them, not the institute. They'll be fine. Everything, even the electricity, they'll be fine, man. Because once they don't have the people, and then you go in there right afterwards. You step aside. Sorry, Mr. Billionaire. Oh, I didn't think you were all that priceless either. So excuse me. So as I go, and then you take over the buildings, you take over the things that need to be taken, and then you share equally. There is actually no monetary system to corrupt it. And if you want to do it right, there is going to be no, because if you look in the universe and you look around, everything around us, is there a monetary system anywhere else except this civilization? And everything else seems to be working in perfect harmony except this civilization that's killing itself. So I'm saying, take the monetary system out. Go in there and just tell everybody, hey, you're going to work 3-4 hours. Just do this stuff that we used to do, but everything is free. And you got a middle class. Well, everybody's, and the other time, you can build a middle class house, or we'll build it for you, because it doesn't really matter. If there's no money, right? There's no budgets. There's no, I don't have enough people to work this thing, so we're going to have to cut corners. And there's none of that happening ever. So then what happens then? Everybody's upset. When all you needed to do was everybody to agree, work 3. This is how tribal cultures did it, and we're supposed to be so advanced that we're going into the future carrying that money as a carrot into hell. No. Just saying. So then it collapses, and then you walk in and you do it the right way. No, you don't need the military. You don't need the military if everything is shared and everybody gets the same thing. Eventually, everybody's going to get the same. We're working for everybody to get the Lamborghini, any shape, any color. Because you know what? We all decided, if that's the best car, then maybe we should just all work together and make that car instead of competing with each other like fools. So I'm saying, you walk in, you do it the right way, and then maybe we'll align ourselves with the universe and everything that's happening around us, probably like the Mayans and the Aztec did, until the Europeans came in and slaughtered them, or they just disappeared. whichever it was, it doesn't really matter. They're not here. And they probably had the answers, and you guys are all fixated on whether or not to wear a mask or not. So I'm saying that, in this age of awakening, if you don't, let's see, if you can't stop the awakening, what do? You kill it off, right? Let it be more. We don't have a war. Do we have any? Let's put out a virus then. Hey, what the hell? And then we'll clean it up with some vaccines. And hey, we'll keep them occupied for another, way past what's going to happen in 2023. Yeah, because that's the next one. It was, 1990, 2001, 2012, and 2020. Every 11 years. So this is the next 11-year one. So I'm just saying, step back, watch it crumble. And come on, guys, I'll give you triple bonuses. You get a whole 2 months off vacation every year. Everybody works 4 hours to create the one good product. We all share it, and then we deal with our karma and how to work with the planet and see how maybe when it shifts, maybe we can shift with it. And instead of like guessing at it. What do you think? It says that maybe in about 2 years, the whole world is going to shift into something that we're not prepared for. Why? Because we're too busy wearing masks and arguing about wearing masks and not, and whether the Democrats or the Republicans are the right ones. Blah, 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 blah. Because in all nationality, if we all shared everything, and there would no need for government, for police, for security, for, we were there for just as oh, yeah, remember when we used to do that? When we were like killing each other? Now we just decided to share like everything else. The only thing on this planet that doesn't share itself and share the bounties and doesn't profit from it, I'm sorry to say, is the lower animal kingdom that has to fight for food, right? So it's like, I have to go and kill that thing because I have to eat. That's how we are, man. I mean, we can be so much more. We make movies, We make sure, oh my God, this is what we're going to be in 100 years. And yet, it's always 100 years from tomorrow, It's always 100 years. And that's what it feels like, 100 years from tomorrow, that we're going to get at that place where we should already be. If it wasn't for the 1,159 billionaires that control the fate of humanity, give us this bullshit about banking and stock markets and economy and how important it is to make sure everybody gets fed. Well, if everybody just got fed and shared everything and wouldn't profit off of anything, and then nobody would have a reason to do anything that they're doing now. And that's why they don't want to give it up, because they got the power and they don't want to give it up. So you can't fight them, right? Because if you fight them and you protest, you go there and then you got the security and then the military side. So then you can just step back and watch it crumble. Eventually the military is going like, oh, you know what? Maybe these guys are right. Why am I protecting this guy? What was it? He's a billionaire, right? And he's supposed to be more worth, because he's worth more than me. Not like God says that I'm priceless. And anybody that says other than that, and any book that says other than that, is not written for, about, or anything about a God. And whatever you make that be, because I just believe it's energy that's telling me, look around you. Everything is a perfection. Everything works in harmony and doesn't profit. Or everybody just, and we're happy. Then here comes the humans. Fight. Greed. Money. More. Hey, I'm up here. So you guys just stay down there and keep on doing what you're doing, right? Just holding up that pyramid, making sure that, hey, they didn't go and make sure our planes took off. And my God, that's dangerous. So let's get them arrested and take them in. It's like, they're all wasting your time with your money, your lives, your lifetimes, this karma is not being released. And all you keep on doing is the same thing over and over again. And maybe I'm saying walk away, watch it crumble, and it's going in the right way. Put it into a computer and say if this isn't the right way. Looking around you and saying, everything works in harmony and perfection with no competition, no monetary system. So maybe that's the way we should go. Or not, and stay here. And again, follow the billionaires into hell, as they bring you there over and over and over again. What is hell now? The eternity, an eternity of the same thing over and over again. Never escaping that. That's what hell is, right? You have the choice, right? You can follow them into hell, or you can you can just stop everything and tomorrow do it the right way. Put that into your computers and see if you don't get a 99% probability that it will solve every problem you face. We face as human beings, not as a planet, not as a, because the planet has nothing to do with us. As human beings that are every 11 years they get to that point, and now it's getting to critical mass, and every 11 years it's going to be. If this one isn't it, it might be the next one. I don't know. It's going to be one of those. Because the universe does not want our profit and greed. The universe does not want us to take our spaceships into the sky and then terraform their and then become like the masters of the universe. They don't want that. And they will stop us way before we get there. Because we're so stupid that we have to go out there to find something when it's really just going in here and figuring out the right way to do things, connecting with that energy, and maybe God, and I'm really hoping that the Mayans actually did figure that out and let's get the fuck out of here before the Spaniards come in and kill us all. Hopefully that happened instead of the other one, the 11 billion Aztec and Mayan, and I believe it's any culture, any Mesoamerican culture that the Spaniards came in and slaughtered for their gold and money. And that gold was used for, it was used for connecting with that spiritual. Oh, you're going to use it for what now? Okay. So this is what the culture is about. So walk away, sit home and paint. That's what I'm doing. I'm just painting until it happens. If not, I'm just going to keep on painting until I die, which I hope is not anytime soon. But you never know. Every 11 years... Look it up, solar flares. And remember, if greed kills, right, then why do we allow it to be part of our civilization? Oh, but we can't do anything about that because there's money. It's like, well, then remove money. It's like, well, if we remove money, then how do we barter? And no, you don't have to barter, just share everything. Stop competing with each other like a fucking animal and start sharing like the universe. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, that would be really possible if it wasn't for money that controls everything, including the way to communicate and give knowledge to other human beings, right? It's controlled by their money and whatever they feed you as a reality in that fucking boob tube, whatever they feed you is what you end up believing. Or at least I don't believe, but to get to the point of awakening from here, it's 7 billion people, how are they going to do that? How are they going to do that? I don't know. I'm just putting it out there, though, man. It's just all you need to do is just stay home and paint. Paint.